It's another day, log 22, and it's been a long day today. I woke up early to go to a men's prayer group. I was invited, which meant a lot to be invited to that, and I'll get into that later because there are some things that were discussed in it that I want to talk about. But I went yesterday to Bible study, and something in my heart is telling me to share some of the things that I went over these past 2 days. And so, been very busy, and it's good to be busy, but it is a lot on my mind that I have to think about. And I do have to take some time to reflect and definitely process the past couple of days. And so, I want to talk about having strength and a sense of community because although they are not necessarily similar, they are very important to living. And these past 2 days I didn't find time to run, and it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna try to run after work, but I can't even run that much because I have an event to attend to, an ice cream social at church, so kind of have to rush a little. But it's not the end of the world, and I'll probably just run tomorrow. But anyways, jumping into what I want to talk about, it's about community and how every community comes together for actions and activities. And when you think of a community is the people within a group. And it doesn't necessarily have to be defined by materialistic things like buildings and what they do or how they do certain things, but more importantly, the people in it and what they specifically do. And so to exist as a community, and I guess a community of followers of Christ, is people who support, encourage, and equip one another. And this talk about community doesn't have to be in church. Church is just a building, and it's the people within that make the community. But it could be in many aspects, like your job. There is a community within it, and maybe that community is not so together because of the people in it. And it's just different. It depends on the scenario, the people within it, and how people react with one another, and so on and so forth. And so curiosity sparks compassion, and whenever you have a community, it creates a safe place because you are able to rely on one another and really just understand each other. So what I'm getting at is that whenever you are in a community of like-minded people, they are able to support you and understand you, but also provide you with a different perspective as to something you may be looking at or trying to understand or comprehend. So it could kind of be like a bouncing off thing where you express your ideas on something and someone else may have a completely different answer, but you're both able to converse and kind of determine a combined answer, or even disagree, because it's okay to disagree in a community and be like, hey, I understand what you're trying to say, but actually this is what this means. It's okay to be encouraging but also accountable, which ties back to what I was saying. So you won't find support if you keep all your struggles in, so you have to spend time to discuss. And in a community you have each other, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to actually discuss problems, and there's going to be moments of feeling guilt or judgment or resentment, but that's a part of it. And you have to find a community who actually support you, whether it's family, friends, groups, etc. And there's different types of communities that serve different purposes, and so you have to figure out who you want to be in these communities and what you want to do. So that was Bible study, and today was the men's prayer group, and the whole premise was that you are stronger than you think, because fear forces you underground. And I've been telling myself this, that if you live in fear, you won't be able to live your life, because you're always going to be scared, and that's not a way of living. Growth happens in where fear wants you to stop. Sometimes you have to just get up and go with the strength that you have. The presence of fear doesn't mean that there's absence of strength. It means you're standing right at the door of it. And I've just been reading off of my notes and everything I've written down, but I want to also speak from the heart, and just as someone that's not very masculine, I guess you could say, I am shy at times, and I'm not really loud as some people are, but I have realized that I am still a leader, and I'm still a role model to some people, and I am depended on and looked up to. And I know as I get older, there will be more people that need me, and not for any gain or any materialistic things, but rather my actual presence and my thoughts, my emotions, my time, and all these different things. I serve a purpose in this world, just like you do and anyone else in this world. So if I am constantly living in fear, I'm going to be scared. And if I'm scared, there's going to be missed opportunities. And there's so much in this world that we don't know, we haven't seen, we're still learning about. And even though all this stuff exists, we're going to continue to love. We're going to continue to have passions. We're going to continue to want to live. And, you can have all these thoughts, all these different thoughts, because your thoughts are always going to be constant. Your thoughts are something that happen, rather not something that you have. And so as we get older, we need to understand, I need to understand, having control over the thoughts that you have, and really control your thinking and how you process things and how you want to tackle things. It's overwhelming, it's difficult, it's interesting, it's a bunch of different things. I could describe it in so many different ways, but every single person experiences things and processes things differently. Even if we may be living in the same moment, it's going to be different in so many different ways. And this is already pretty deep, and I know I've said a lot, and it's a lot to process, but what I'm trying to get at is there's so much more to life than I realized, and this is the stuff that I'm talking about now is things I've put in more thought into this past week, and it just shows that I have a lot more to learn, and my journey is just getting started. But I also understand that I'm always going to keep on growing, and I've been saying this a lot, but I know I'm going to keep on growing, and I want to continue to keep on growing. And I can't wait to be able to share this wisdom with people that I encounter in my life. And, I don't need to make the biggest impact in this world, but I know the people around me and that I will have in my life will be impacted by who I am, what I do, and it's comforting. And so, yeah, this video was all over the place, and that just shows you how I need to take some more time to process some of the things that I've really put some thought into today and these past couple days. So I apologize if this video is all over the place, but I am really tackling a lot of different topics, and I definitely want to put some more time. And with all this, it's a lot, but I want to take this slow. I'm not trying to rush, and I want to continue to flourish as I have been. So if you're still watching, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.